Governor, I think that the story you're telling is great, but I think a piece that's missing is that most Oregonians have no clue what a governor actually does in order to make the things that you speak about happen. And I think until they understand, I'd like to understand more clearly, what really does the governor do to make this happen? And I think that's what has them not be so interested in the importance of the race at this early stage, when we really need to start bringing them in and letting them better understand how our government works.
Well, I think there are three major roles, not in any order of priority. The first one is the governor develops the budget. Okay, now the legislature ultimately adopts the budget, but how that budget's set up, the priorities that so let's say the governor develops a budget that includes resources for early childhood and family support, so that kids stay in school, so that kids don't end up in the criminal justice system, so kids get jobs rather than ending up on public assistance. That creates a strong signal. So the budget is very, very important, and I think that is a legitimate point of difference between Mr. Dudley and myself. I actually do understand how the budget works, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of time for on-the-job training when we have a $2.5 billion hole. So that matters. The second thing is, and I will be the first one to say I probably didn't do this as well as I could have last time, there's a huge bully pulpit. You know, I mean, it's a 50,000 watt radio station. You can lead people, you can communicate people, you can motivate people, you can inspire people. You know, I came out of 14 years in the legislature. So I was very involved in the legislative process, sort of like the 91st legislator, which is important. I mean, you got to be able to work with the legislature. But I do think at this point in time, it's going to be very, very important to use that bully pulpit to show people that, you know, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Here's what we're going to have to do together. I think the third thing is really managing state government, which is not very exciting for people. But I do think making sure that there's accountability, making sure that the resources are allocated in the right direction. But I would say if I had to pick any one of those, for the short term, I think it is being able to articulate where this state's going to be in 2020, and then what are we going to have to do next year in 2013, 2015 to get there. And we're our first ad, this ad that we just put up now, is we're sort of laying the groundwork to have that larger discussion. So that's a very good question.